Hey guys, I'm Eric, and I'm taking our arcade experience into the great beyond in space here on Retro Gaming Nerds. Alright guys, as I said, we're taking our adventures into space. Deep space. In the video game on the Atari 2600, Star Raiders, released in 1982. We're playing it on the Atari 7800, of course. This game is phenomenal. This is one of my all-time favorite games growing up because of the excitement. The fact that I got to relive Star Wars from the cockpit of a spaceship, it mind boggles you. It blows your mind. And back when I was a kid, this was the most intense home video game you could buy that let you do this. I don't even remember a game on the Nintendo that came close to this. It wasn't until Super Nintendo we got this experience with Wing Commander. This game was great. One of the kickers that made this game special, with its special controls, not only with the joystick, you had to control the game using this special controller that has 12 keys. Now, I do not have the overlay, unfortunately. That has been lost to time, and I have not been able to find a replacement. However, each key gave you different functionality, such as activating your ship's computers, switching to your navigation map, and more. It was actually very in-depth. However, of course, a lot of people complained that, you could do the same thing with just the onboard controls with the Atari 2600. It's the black and white switches, the A-B switches, etc., because Star Master by Activision, which kind of ripped off this game, did it and kind of did it a little better, especially graphically. But this game is still my favorite, and we're going to play it now. Alright guys, we got the game up and ready, and I've got a little table here with the keypad on it, just to make my life a little easier. So let's get this bad boy rolling. Alright, so we are on the easy level, and I have engaged hyperspace. We are now in enemy territory, taking on the evil Cylons, who are throwing some meteors at us and asteroids to stop us from destroying them. And here comes one of them now, firing desperately to destroy me. And there's two of them, and I blew one of them out of the sky. There's a TIE fighter looking guy right there, and he's gone. And here's another one, and oh, he's still swarming, and they brought in a second one, and they escaped through hyperspace to their next area, and we're just going to keep following them. Now keep in mind, in the map, that is our starbase, that is the enemy, and we are trying to kill them all. There are 7 left in the easy level that we are playing it. They hit us on the shields, but they're still holding, and they are moving quickly. The object of the game is to kill them before they destroy your starbase. Not easy, especially when they run cowardly so fast through the area. Now I just destroyed another one. That puts it down to 6, but guess what? They moved again. It is not a slow game, and I am running out of fuel. So with that in mind, we're just going to skip this battle. They shot me pretty good. Fuel up. And we're now together in this one area, fighting each other. Oh, come on. Come on. Got a starbase guy coming at me now. Here he is, and he moved on. They are now in the starbase area. The bad thing is, with going into the starbases, you lose points, essentially. Your ranking gets affected by this. Now, at this point, there are still 5 of them. They are working on my starbase. You can't see the starbase, and that is the starbase saying it is dead and destroyed. The farther away they are, the faster they like to move towards it. Plus, The radar right here is telling you where they are, supposedly, and the color of the screen indicates where they are. Red means they are like right on top of you, and be careful, blue is, you know, right there, and I just destroyed him quickly and easily. But green means it's a safe distance. It's just really hard to get a pin on them and blow them out of the sky. The Atari 5200 version and the Atari 8-bit PC version is significantly better than this one. And yes, folks, I do have it, but it would be nice if I had a nice functioning 5200 controller to play that. So we just fought the final guy, and I blew him out of the sky, and I've got my rank of Scout 3. Where that's at, I don't remember. Google it. Alright guys, so we just got done playing Star Raiders for the Atari 2600. Yes, one of my favorite games. I mean, I'm literally broken out into a sweat because of the intensity of the game, talking to you and letting you know everything about the game, what's going on, and how everything affects you and everything. So yes, guys, it's an intense game for its time. Even today, it's simple. Yes, in comparison to games that are currently out on the market that go leaps and bounds, if you will, pun intended, light years beyond what Star Raiders is like. However, I have to say, in comparison to the Xbox 360, PS3 version of Star Raiders that is out in their markets, pales in comparison to this classic. One of these days, I will introduce you all, like I did with the previous episode of Xenophobe for the NES. I will show you an actual superior copy of Star Raiders for the Atari 5200. Like I said, I do hope that I have better working controllers by the time we get around to that episode, but we'll do what we can anyway. This game, again, is phenomenal. The harder the levels you play and the more expressive difficulties that you go on, you have more controls. For example, you can control the power to your ship's shields and computer system. Now, shutting off your computers means you are blind and have no targeting array to determine where they are at and where you should shoot to be able to aim, and etc. Turning off shields is basically saying, I'm stupid and I want to die. Other than, you know, you're on your fumes and you need to get to that star base a couple sectors away. It's the only reason why you turn off shields. The only reason. Anything, even if one of those aliens came and go, one of the Cylons, or Xylons, sorry, Xylons, not Cylons, because that would be a problem. If they came up to you and go, you blow up. That's how delicate your advanced technology is in this game. Graphically speaking, this is not really that bad of a game. I mean, yes, it's a very simplistic looking game for the Atari 2600, but do keep in mind, stars are obvious, little specks floating around, you know, doing their thing. Asteroids are big old round balls that do that number. And then you got your little spaceships, the obvious TIE fighter looking things, the boomerang ones that had that little shape like my hands here. Those were kind of like Cylon Raiders from Battlestar Galactica. And then you had these triangle, or these the diamond shaped ones, which again, let's go back in the day, not even that far back even, shows like Battlestar Galactica's base stars. Of course, keep in mind that the baddies in this game were called the Xylons, which is only one letter off from the Cylons. There's a backstory there. We're just not going to go into it. So anyways, guys, this game was great. It had incredible control schemes for its time, trying to go beyond what was currently out there. And it could have done more, especially if they would have decided to do a sequel, which there technically was on the Atari 2600, Solaris. But it completely ditched everything that made Star Raiders great. If you want a better version, yes, they're out there. You just got to look for it. But this game is still on my top list. I mean, yes, it's missing a trench run. That would have been great. You don't see your actual star base, which would have been spectacular. But the overall gaming experience is intense. It's fun. It's exciting. You get that thrill, the adrenaline rush of knowing that that alien could be blasting you. And when you're trying to dodge their blast and miss that asteroid and blast them out of the sky, What more can you ask from a classic arcade-style video game for the Atari? Nothing. So guys, with that, we're going to be bringing you more games on classic consoles ranging from a variety of different consoles, of course. Granted, we're on an Atari kick, but you know, I can't help it. That's one of my favorites. Don't forget also to check out our Twitch page at twitch.tv/ETSCHUETZ. That's my last name and first two initials, ET Shoots. Where I'm going to be showing you some great arcade classics. Yes, it's through emulation. I don't have the money to do actual arcade games. I'm not rich. I wish I was. But guys, like I said, more games, classic consoles. I'm Eric, and always keep tuning into Retro Gaming Nerds.